We're going to call the meeting of the Pikes PPRTA Board of Directors to order on Wednesday, September 10th at 1:30 p.m. I'm Holly Williams. I'm the vice chair. Our chairman, Brian Risley, is out of town today. Our first item of business is we have established a quorum. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Second item is to approve the agenda. I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second John Graham.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Public comment period for items not on the agenda. Is there anyone in the public or is there anyone who has emailed in? Okay, we have no comments. So we'll move on to item number 4, approval of the minutes from August 13, 2025. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Okay, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move to approve.
And a second.
I'll second John Graham.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that motion passes. The Citizen Advisory Committee monthly report.
Larry Tobias, El Paso County Representative, first vice chair of the CAC. Jim Godfrey's out of town, so I'm taking his place today. Just a quick overview of our meeting. There were no public comments. Lisa gave us a positive report on our financial condition, and she'll also give you another positive report today. So far, we're hanging in there, and hopefully we can get through a few more months in the positive category. Next item was the 2026 budget calendar. That was reviewed and approved unanimously by the CAC. City of Colorado Springs Capital Projects line item transfer. Approved a positive recommendation for the request as presented to the CAC. Gail will get into a little bit more detail, I presume, in her presentation on what those were. City of Colorado Springs contracts. Approved a positive recommendation for the 8 contracts as presented to the CAC. El Paso County contracts. Approved a positive recommendation for the 2 contracts as presented to the CAC. City of Colorado Springs Transit Services monthly update. That was information only. City of Colorado Springs monthly change order and property acquisition report. Information only. City of Colorado Springs Power North reimbursement update. Gail gave us a good overview of where we stand on that, and also in the fact that we're moving into the next phase of that project. City of Colorado Springs Board Policy 31, project summary table. That was information only. El Paso County monthly change order and property acquisition report. Information only. Rick gave us a report of the recent board actions. Information only. Quarterly reports from the member governments. It was a very good report from all the governments. Gave us a good overview for the quarter as far as where we stand on many of the projects that are out there. So it's going along very well. There were no agenda topics for the next meeting and no communications. Any questions?
Okay, there being no questions, we will move to accept I'll take a motion to accept the Citizen Advisory Committee monthly report.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move to accept Citizen Advisory Committee report. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, monthly financial reports. We're still doing really great based on our conservative estimate.
Yes. Lisa Corey, Finance Manager for the PPRTA. The sales and use tax I'm reporting is for the month of July. We received $14,110,929, and that is above our monthly budget by $834,292, or 6.3%. When we look at July collections for this year compared to last year, we collected 260,972 more this year than we did last year, which is 1.9%. Any questions?
I think that's all the spending by Commissioner Geithner out in Falcon.
be.
Which doesn't give to any city. So awesome. That is a great report. And then we'll also, are there any other questions? Okay, so now we're going to go into our budget calendar and the all-important revenue estimate.
Okay, for the 26 budget calendar, it's within a day or two the same as it was last year, and it does satisfy all of our legal requirements set by the state for government entities. And for the revenue estimate, my suggestion would be to keep the sales and use tax at 150 million and have interest earnings set at 7 million.
Okay, I think that is a great place to start given the uncertainty we've had. Is there any concern about that? Okay, we do have to have, is the motion to accept the budget calendar and revenue estimate? Okay, we'll take a motion to accept the budget calendar and revenue estimate.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move we accept the
Proposed
The
budget calendar.
proposed budget calendar and revenue estimate.
Yes.
I'll
Thank you.
second John Graham.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so that will go out to all of our transportation individuals in the cities so that we know where to get our budget going for next year. Okay, all right. Item 7A, the City of Colorado Springs Capital Projects line item transfer.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Gail Serta, City Engineer and Deputy Public Works Director for the City of Colorado Springs. This first item in front of you today is a line item transfer. There are two tables included in the memo that we provided. This is taking, you're going to see this today, and then you'll probably see one or two more of these as we go to clean out RTA2 accounts for projects that have been completed that have had some lingering monies in them and move them to other projects. The first table, table one, it focuses on A-list projects that have been completed and taking either all or most of the remaining monies out of those projects and transfer them to the South Academy Boulevard project that runs between Fountain and Milton Proby Parkway. This first table would transfer from various different accounts to create a total of $1,590,393. And then that Academy Boulevard project is under construction, and you'll see another construction contract for that next month. The second table is focused on line item transfers between traffic capital improvement programs. The first one is taking $100,000 from the congestion incident management, and then $500,000 for the on-street bikeway, and moving all that into the intersection improvements program for $600,000. Any questions about the line item transfers proposed?
Yes.
The sidewalk infill, where is that located at that you were
So
going to?
sidewalk infill is actually a program that we have.
Oh, okay.
Typically, we have spent all those monies. We had $405,000 that we had transferred for a grant match that we've now since lost the grant. So we're moving those monies back into another A-list RTA2 project.
Right, to work on Academy Boulevard.
Yes.
Okay, correct. Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions?
Just real quick, these are both tables are for PPRTA 2.
They are correct. It's all
Okay.
P monies we're talking about
Okay, thank
today.
you.
Okay. If everybody are okay with those, if everybody is okay with those line item transfers, I will take a motion to approve item number 7A.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move to approve items 7A. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Okay. 7B, City of Colorado Springs contract list.
Yes, thank you, PPRTA board members. The city is presenting 8 contracts for your consideration and approval today. The first contract is for the 31st and Fontanero Roundabout project. There is a map included in your packet. This is a project that's being completed with intersection improvement program funds. That program funds, they're going to be they're being used for the engineering work, and that'll also be used for the local match for the grant for construction once we get to construction in next year. And those are RTA $2. This roundabout's also going to improve that intersection. It's currently a 6-way stop and provide connections for the Foothills Trail crossing. And this is a change order for Wilson and Company for several owner requested changes to the design and public engagement for that work. This would be a change order Wilson and Company in the amount of $406,325. The city's second project is for both Mark Shuffle Road and Dublin Road improvement projects. These are both RTA 3 A-list projects, and there is a map included in your packet. This is to be able to use those project level funds to be able to use the city's existing traffic equipment contracts to be able to purchase or provide that equipment at a reduced price to the city, to our contractor for installation. Under this contract, it would be up to $400,000 for the Mark Shuffle project and $185,000 for the Dublin project. So for a total of $585,000 being authorized to be able to be expended to get the traffic signal equipment purchased. The city's third contract is for the Casher-Pooter over Monument Creek Bridge Rehabilitation or Bridge Maintenance Project. This sits behind Colorado College there by Monument Valley Park, and there's a map included in your packet. This is a change order for several alternatives for shoring systems, alternatives for sidewalks, the shoring system, the lighting, the plans and details, and roadway approaches for that particular project. This is a bridge maintenance project that is necessary, but it's also a historic structure. So we've been in a balance on how to preserve as much of the existing structure as possible while still providing the necessary bridge maintenance activities. This change order is in the amount of $134,630 to Wilson and Company. The city's fourth contract is also a bridge maintenance project. It's for the railroad bridge that goes over Castilla Street. There's a map included in your project. This is an old BNSF line that crossed Castilla Street. And that bridge is basically falling down onto the roadway, so we were going to be removing it. We've gone through an IFB process, and we've selected Western Wrecking in the amount of $807,897.50. The city's fifth contract is also bridge maintenance. It is for the Spring Meadow over Reservoir Spillway project, bridge maintenance project. Again, there's a map located in your packet. This sits near Lake Avenue, not too far from the Meyer and Stratton property. This is an area where we need to do backfill around the abutments along with deck patching, expansion joint replacement, and some concrete repair, and along with some other routine maintenance. The city went through an informal IFB process and we selected Wildcat Construction in the amount of $1,249,224.60. City's sixth contract is for CCTV and pipe support inspection services. The city went through an RFP process where we selected 3 contractors: Frazee Construction, J Torres Construction, and Pro Pipe Inc. And intend to award them contracts up to $200,000 to be able to come and do pipe inspections to make sure that the pipes that are underneath our roadways are in sound condition. City's seventh contract is to be able to do repairs to storm sewer pipes at 11 locations. The city went through an RFP process and we selected Interline Solutions. We did receive proposals from 2 firms, and Interline was chosen to be the best to be able to provide the repairs of those pipes so we don't have collapses in our roadway. And most often, we do this routinely, and most often it's in advance of coming doing resurfacing or milling or repaving on our roadways. For the RFP process, the price is $985,808. And the city's last contract is for on-call transit project management services. The city went through an RFP process last year to bring a specialized project manager to help deliver transit-related capital projects. They selected STB Incorporated. This will be exercised in the first option year and adding a total of $625,000. This is a split with federal funds, so of that, $125,000 would be coming from PPRTA, and that could come from various accounts depending on what the assignments are going to be. So those are the city's 8 contracts. I'm happy to answer questions if you may have.
Okay, are there any questions?
Yeah, on the rail line. So you said you're knocking the bridge down. That's an overpass over Castilla Street. Goes over the railroad, right? Over the
No.
railroad tracks. No,
It goes over the road.
the railroad tracks go over
Railroad
the road.
roads go over the road, but the railroad tracks and the bridge have been abandoned. And so it's
Oh.
just falling down onto the top of the road
Okay,
and creating problems. And then the walls that are holding that bridge are really in bad shape and starting to collapse as well. So we're going to be removing the bridge, stabilizing the walls temporarily, and then eventually we'll have to come back and do something with the walls in that area.
you're still on that rail line.
It used to be owned by BNSF.
Have you spoke with them? You know, why
don't
why
own
don't why
any.
don't they remove it?
They don't own it anymore.
Oh, they don't own it anymore. Okay,
Yes, it spans city right away and they do not own it.
gotcha. Okay.
So when we have a really tough meeting, can we just come over with a big hammer
Yes.
and take a
And in fact,
chunk
I
out?
find destruction very therapeutic sometimes.
Okay.
Nothing like swinging a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I think that maybe we could charge for that some days. All right. Are there any additional questions? Okay, if not, we'll take a motion to approve the city's contracts.
I move approval of the Colorado Springs contracts as presented. John Graham.
Mayor Dixon, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Any opposed? All right, El Paso County.
Good afternoon, Josh Palmer, County Engineer. County has 2 contracts to bring before you for approval today. The first is a professional services contract to AECOM in the amount of $745,065. This is to provide design and property acquisitions for the Peyton Area Roads project. So the county completed a drainage master plan in 2022, I believe. It identified specifically some improvements needed for railroad front and main streets, and this is building on that master plan to start the design and the necessary property acquisition. The second contract is another professional services contract to Matrix in the amount of $264,123. This is to provide design and property acquisition support to replace a 90-year-old timber bridge on Commerce Road over Big Sandy Creek, just northwest of the town limits of Rama. This is one of 7 other timber bridges that the county has that we're currently assessing, and we're trying to be proactive in getting out. While the bridge is still safe now, we don't expect it to be safe for much longer. So we're being proactive and going out now and starting design to eventually replace it.
A lumber bridge.
Timber bridge.
Timber bridge.
Timber bridge, yeah, 90-year-old timber bridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any questions you may have, I'm willing to answer.
All right, we'll take a motion to approve El Paso County contracts.
I move approval of the El Paso County contracts as presented. John Graham.
I'll second Mayor Dixon.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. All right, now we are up to the Transit Services Monthly Update.
Good afternoon, Line Rail Transit Division Manager, Mountain Metro Transit. You have the monthly ridership information included in the packet, and I would only like to highlight one one item here that we were able to set our monthly ridership record in July 2025. We recently set that record in August 2023 when we were able to provide zero fare, and we just broke that record this year. So we're very happy to report that. Under the van pool program section, you will see an increased ridership for July. And we were able to partner with Peak Education this summer in July to provide their 7th and 8th graders with a program they call Career Readiness Program using our van pool and transporting those middle school students to multiple job sites as well as to different higher education locations. So that was a great program. Unfortunately, it was a short program, only for 1 month, but it paved the way for our future partnership down the road, expanding that with K-12 students. We also provided de-escalation training in light of the increased security incidents nationwide, as well as at the safety committee with the frontline employees, frontline transit workers. So in total, 287 people were able to attend the de-escalation training that lasted for an entire week, and we received very positive feedback. So that wraps up the highlight for this month, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, are there any questions? All right, thank you. Okay, 8B, City of Colorado Springs monthly change order and property acquisition report.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. The report is in your packet. It's informational. I'd be happy to answer questions.
Are there any questions? Okay, 8C.
So this is the Powers reimbursement agreement. We had several smaller engineering contracts that have been accumulated in the last few months that you'll see I'm itemized on here. The total increase for allowable PPRTA expenses is $327,691.13. The total liability right now, or projected reimbursement for PPRTA, is just over 1.5 million and just under 1.3 million by Colorado Springs Utilities. Happy to answer questions you may have on this item.
All right, doesn't appear to be any questions. All right, board policy number 31, projects summary table, City of Colorado Springs.
Yeah, thank you. This is an item we've got since June and July of 2022, when that policy was put in place where PPRTA could serve as a recipient or an applicant on behalf of municipality. The city has brought forth 9 different requests. And I just really thought it was appropriate to be able to provide a summary of where we are with those requests. And they are shown on the table provided in this packet. One of them has been, the contract's been fully executed and we're in the process of doing the engineering. One has been canceled, and we had several in different stages of starting. We actually, since I was here for the PPRTA CAC last week, have got started getting some movement on some of these remaining contracts. But it's really important. I just want to be able to provide an update, but you can see that this would be a total in the grant amount of just over $31 million. So we greatly appreciate PPRTA's support on serving as an applicant or recipient on the city's behalf. Any questions on this?
No. So thank you very much for that update. El Paso County monthly change order and property acquisition.
Likewise, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. By the way, I will point out I do see council members Tom Bailey and Brian Risley online, so that increases our quorum even. All right, 9A, quarterly reports from member governments.
Thank you, Madam Chair. These are the quarterly reports for quarter number 2 of 2025 as required by the comprehensive IGAs between the PPRTA and each of the member governments. Information, be glad to take any questions.
Does anyone have any questions? All right. agenda topics, item number 10, agenda topics for the next meeting. Anyone have any requests? Go ahead.
Not necessarily an
Commissioner
agenda item, but if you could keep us updated on Academy Boulevard, I sure would appreciate it. So,
Oh, I'd be happy to do too. We did have a public meeting last night, an
Okay.
open house to kick off construction. So you'll probably hear updates quarterly. Does that make sense? Or would you like something more routine?
no, quarterly is great. I mean, seriously, every like 2-3 months, that'd be awesome. I mean, just want to know status on that. So I know that project kind of turned out to be a mess. So no, wasn't
Yeah.
really anybody.
We
in the
have a
city's fault.
I think we have a very good plan to have much better execution
Good.
this round. Thank
Good.
you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. And then PRTA member announcements. I don't know if there's any new announcements. You said that former Mayor Marcy Morrison was on the first iteration of Pikes PPRTA? No. Yes, she was. Yes. So, yeah, and our condolences to the Morrison family. I was not able to attend the funeral, but she certainly was a legend. Okay. Any other member announcements? This is a record for me. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Move adjournment, John Gray.
Second, Mayor Dixon.
Okay. Well, that's a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we're adjourned.